Hey guys, Shane here. Real quick before we get started on this week's video, I want to remind you to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Do check to make sure you haven't been unsubscribed by YouTube, because it seems that that's been a thing recently, according to a couple of people who've reached out. Give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and let me know what you think. Now, on to the video. Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and it's kind of a part two. After I posted the previous video where we had all the issues with this brand new Atlas GP40, a couple of you guys had some suggestions and some stuff that I hadn't really thought about, and it makes all of the sense. So one thing that you guys that have been doing this for a while know that sometimes when models are new out of the box, they require a certain amount of run-in time or a break-in period. And that's not something that's unique to model railroading. Other things that require that as well. I think even there's like some firearms, like they say a tight 1911 needs to have 500 rounds put through it before it'll function as designed, so that the parts can sort of clearance and machine themselves to each other. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run our little GP40 here for an hour in one direction and then an hour in another direction, and see if it performs a little better than it did the last time we ran it. Now, I would have preferred to have done this on the rescue layout, but unfortunately the storage slash spare room that the rescue layout is in is currently occupied by 11 chickens. Real chickens, live chickens. My nephew decided that he wants to raise chicks, so we built a small pen in the room and have, I think there's 11 of them, little baby chicks, three different breeds, and they're starting to feather out nicely, and once they're a sufficient size, they will go outside into the coop, which is nearly finished. But the downside of that is both myself and Chris have no place to run trains or do anything like that. So what I've done is I have put together, zoink, a carpet loop with a Kato power pack. So I know it's not ideal to set up track directly on the carpet because you run the risk of getting fibers in the mechanism and stuff like that. I get that. I tried setting up a track on the disgusting workbench here, but there just wasn't enough room to make it work with the network stack over there, and then the work computer and all that crap. I tried to make it run like behind a monitor, and I can't make that work. So on the carpet it goes, and it's only temporary anyway. So let me get this set up, and I will get a little video of this running. All right, guys, we are off and running. I apologize for the wind noise, but I do have a fan going, so hopefully that'll help keep this thing cool, and more importantly, it'll keep me cool because summertime in Texas. So I'm going to start the clock. I'm going to run this for an hour in this direction. Then I'm going to flip the locomotive around 180 degrees and then run it backwards while having it turn the other direction. So an hour running, basically turning left, and then an hour turning right, although it'll be running backwards, so it'll still be in a right hand turn, but you guys know what I mean. Anyway, I'm going to see how this goes. If you'll notice, it's not doing a great amount of speed, and we are maxed out on our power over there. So I'll bring you guys back in an hour. Actually in 2 hours, because I need to run this in each direction. If anything goes wrong, I will cut in with an update. I figured I'd cut in here with an update, and this is just like 90 seconds after the last video ended. I backed down on the throttle a little bit. I don't like the idea of running that thing at 100%. So anyway, that's the change. I'll see you guys in a couple of hours. All right, guys, we are actually a little over 2 hours in here. I did an hour going around counterclockwise, facing forward. Then I flipped the locomotive around and ran it in reverse. Again, counterclockwise. This would be equivalent of it turning left and going back. And then I decided to just flip it back the other way and have it go clockwise and forward. And I guess I've probably done about 30 minutes total on forward here. So about 2.5 hours total runtime. I'd say we're about 3/4 throttle. You can definitely hear it. But we're not doing too bad. It's about half throttle here. At 1/4 throttle, it does not move. That's about as slow as I can get it to go. I'd call that about 1/3 throttle. I would say this isn't bad, all things considered. So, well, and we've stalled here. More throttle, just a tickle more. I guess to overcome the friction and the increased friction in a turn here. So what do you guys think? You think we have redeemed this thing with a break-in period? I think only time is going to tell, but at least it's not a total write-off. This may get even better with an additional cleaning. And that is full throttle. All right, guys, I think that's where we're going to stop this one. I want to thank you guys for joining me on kind of a part 2 on this. Well, it's not really a will it run because we knew it ran, just not very well. So I'll let this thing sit for a couple of weeks and then we'll bring it back on the switching layout to see how it performs there, because that's where we originally tested it. So I want to thank you for joining me. And until next time, stay safe, and I'll see you soon.